Still G. They see where I stand. They don't know what it took. They see how I win. They don't know what I lost. From the bottom with the weight on my spine. How I walked through the darkness with a light in my mind. How I stayed on the road when they abandoned the ride. How I learned every smile don't mean loyalty inside. How I held my position when the pressure got thick. How I studied every move, every turn, every trick. How I kept it composed when they wanted a reaction. Then I built something solid while they lived on distractions. Black paint on the ride, chrome bright in the night. Bass heavy in the trunk, got the mirrors in flight. I don't move for attention, I just move when it's right. And I never show the plan till the moment arrives. How I carry the code, how I stand on my name. How I turned every loss into control of the game. How I walk through the fire without feeding the flame. They can study the result, but they can't move the same. That's how I move, that's how I ride. Calm on the surface with the fire inside. That's how I stand, that's how I stay. I don't lay, yesterday control the day. That's how I live, that's how I roll. Bass down low with the truth in my soul. How I learn when to speak, how I learn when to wait. How I learned every title got a burden and weight. How I learned real respect never comes from acclaim. It is built through the work and attached to the name. How I watch people change when the prophet got thin. How the ones who said forever never showed up again. How I stopped calling everybody standing near me a friend, because loyalty begins where convenience ends. How I turned all the anger into discipline motion. Turned the pain into depth, turned the doubt into focus. I don't carry revenge, I don't live for commotion. I let time reveal truth while I build my promotion. West Coast in the blood, low rider in the lane. Got the kick in the chest and the bass in the frame. Street lights in the glass while I'm switching the range. Same code, same soul, but I'm changing the game. How I keep one eye forward and one on the past. How I honor every lesson but don't live in the glass. How I built for the distance, never move for the fast. That's how I became what they said wouldn't last. That's how I move, that's how I ride. Calm on the surface with the fire inside. That's how I stand, that's how I stay. I don't let yesterday control today. That's how I live, that's how I roll. Steel in my backbone
and truth in my soul. How I survive.
Discipline.
How I stay standing.
Purpose. How I kept moving.
I never gave the past.
The keys to the future. How I came with the vision and stayed with the mission. Move through resistance with total precision. Never surrender to beg for permission. Every condition developed conviction. I was reading the room and reviewing the movement, comparing the talking directly to conduct. Watching the promises turn into nonsense, then putting the focus right back on the process. How I stay practical, tactical, rational, never theatrical, always adaptable. Pressure was constant, the progress was gradual. Now what I built is completely unshakable. How I kept multiple patterns of motion, rhyming in turn to be rhythmically focused. Never let bitterness poison the program. I turned every wound into fuel for the roadmap. How I was working while nobody watched it, building the product before they can mock it. Keeping the faith when the doors became locked in, and walking through calmly when opportunity knocked in. How I kept promises, guarded the legacy, moved with integrity, purpose and energy. Never let jealousy enter the chemistry. Stay with the code and defeated the enemy. How I got harder but never got heartless. How I saw light when the whole road was darkest. How I kept moving when everything started falling apart. I rebuilt it regardless. They see the result.
They don't know the cost.
They see how I win.
They don't know what I lost.
They see